to a certain extent, your shoulders are, I'm going to overdo it. It doesn't really look like this. But your shoulders are they're kind of crunched in instead of more broad-shouldered standing, and using that to your advantage. Like if you go forward, I saw you go forward that time. That was good. But don't crouch when you go forward. Just reach out there and then come back. You come back to this stance all the time. That's nice, tall, elegant stance. I'm still seeing the hand do this to some degree instead of just keeping it nice and yeah, that's better. That looks much more what we want, like what we want. Okay.
Same spot. Page 11. Take it in one. This our joyful hymn of praise. So, measure coming into it.
Okay.
Pick up to the page 11. Measure there. I went back to different time signature. Top of page 11. Top of page 11.
Oh, okay. Am I starting to measure?
Measure going into page 11.
Okay.
We're in 2 there.
Stop. Now, that's much more difficult than it should be.
Yeah.
Okay? What you got to figure out is, after watching the video, you got to ask yourself, under general comments, or under was the tempo, well, there's not really a specific question about rhythm, but somewhere on that sheet, review sheet, you need to address, what could I do differently there? Okay? To make that more clear. I think with much fewer words, maybe when you stop, you could have just said, I'll just give you an example. I'm not saying it's the only way to do it. Top of 11, speak the words, please, and go. Plus, sometimes I'll do that because I really know that, and I'm not saying this is the case. Sometimes I'll do that because I really know the pianist is not sure what they're doing.
That was the case.
So it is a very kind way. Everybody following this is important. It is a kind way to give the pianist time to figure out what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times it's pretty clear after once or twice whether the pianist really knows what they're doing there. So by having everybody speak it actually gives them a chance to hear what the rhythm's supposed to sound like there. Jason and I were talking about this morning that we talk about how rhythm is the foundation for the choir, but it's also really important for the conductor in terms of establishing his integrity with the choir. Because nothing will have people questioning whether you know what you're doing quicker than you not being able to interpret the rhythm. The pianist is going to be able to handle pitches. I mean, or they probably shouldn't be the pianist if they can't figure out how to play the pitches that are on the page. But the rhythm, often the conductor has to explain that to everybody. And you've got to be the person in the room who can make it happen. And man, never does the sweat pour quicker than on these tricky rhythmic situations, in my experience. Never do you feel more pressure when you're trying to make one of these difficult rhythmic transitions work. All right. Tiffany, why don't you go next?